Odeali. And I'm not alone today. I'm here with Mr. Kadi, who's my business partner, and also Mr. Sheldon, who's also my business partner. A couple of months ago, I would say months ago, someone told me about, come to the financial industry. And I thought, okay, let me give it a chance. It might be worth it, right? And to the glory of God, it's been amazing because we've been able to touch lives. And I've come to realize a lot of people in our community take insurance as a joke. We protect every other thing we buy, but when it comes to our life, we think, I'll do it tomorrow. And I'm sure a couple of us here are guilty of this. Each one of you have a car outside, right? And your car have insurance. If you don't have full coverage, I'm sure you have a liability insurance. Some of us buy phones and we still put insurance on it. Every electronics you buy, what happens? You put insurance on it. Because when you know, if anything happens to the phone, the insurance covers you. But how about the kids you love? How about the beautiful wife you have at home? How about the amazing husband you have? How about the legacy you want to transfer? Breadwinner, if anything happens to my income, can my family still go on? Can they still lead that life you already gave them? If my income is not there tomorrow, can my wife conveniently take care of my children? If my wife's income is not there tomorrow, can my husband conveniently take care of the children? A lot of times men will think, oh, my wife doesn't make so much, so even if her income is not there tomorrow, I don't have to feel the pain. But guess what? You feel it. Because you wouldn't be able to go to work. If you do 8 hours in a week, meaning you can't do 8 hours anymore because you've got to spend time with your kids. But what else can replace that hours of work your wife puts into the home? What the insurance pays out if anything happens. Now, let's not even talk about debt, right? We're here to celebrate. But we know life happens. And when life happens, sickness can be part of it, right? If you look at it this way, there is a circle to life. And there are 3 sections. 1, every one of us here wants to live long, right? Everybody wants to live 100 years. Now, if you live 100 years, what plans do you have for that old age? You know a lot of things you can do when you get old, right? Some of us are going to need assistance. And now, when you need assistance, what plans do you have for it? If you fall sick, God forbid this, what plans do you have for it? God forbid if you pass on early, God forbid this. How do you plan to transfer legacy? How would your children live their life if you are not there anymore? I was an orphan very early in life. My dad was doing very, very okay. But guess what? Life happens. Unfortunately, he didn't have anything like this. Gone are those days where our parents don't believe in things like this. But it wasn't easy. It was a struggle for me. Some of us here in this country today, because we had to come look for greener pastures. Guess what? If our parents had something better than, if they had something like this back home, would you be here? I might not be here. Because life back home is beautiful. It's sweet, right? There back home, you know who's your neighbor. You can go out and then you see many people saying hello to you. Over here, you don't even know who's in your next door. You don't have an idea. It's a lonely life, right? Meaning, if you have all the resources, guess what? We are not going to be here. And that's why it's important for every one of us to have a very strong financial foundation. Protection is the key one, just like Mr. Sheldon said. Protection is key. If we fall ill, what else will replace what? Our income. And the next one is what? Even let's talk about, I know we don't want to hear insurance. A lot of us here are allergic to insurance. Or some of you would say, yeah, so many people have told me, but do you have it? Yes, you've had so many. There are a lot of financial professionals outside. Thousands of people have told you the same thing, but how many of you have an insurance asset for yourself? Sometimes I call it an asset, depending on what you want to get. If you do not want the kind of permanent life insurance that build cash value inside of it, At least get a term life for yourself. How much is your family worth to you? You have a mortgage of $500,000, you have a mortgage of $1 million. You protected the mortgage for the loan people, but how about for your own family? If you are not there, can your family still live in that house if they can't pay their monthly mortgage? And that's why you should understand today. Today is that day. It is not tomorrow, it is now. That's our stand. We work with a company called Experior Financial Group. We're intermediaries between insurance company and you. Right? There's Mr. Kennedy there, that's the stable over there. We have a business card, we have flyers over there. Get a card for yourself. Seek a quote for yourself. I'd say there are different kinds of insurance. A lot of you here will tell me, oh, I have work insurance at work. Yes, your work insurance is good at work. But how much coverage do you have? Is it transferable to another permanent life insurance? A lot of you will leave your job today, and then you go to another job, and then that coverage is gone again. A lot of companies will say you have life insurance, but if anything happens to you outside of that work, they tell you your family is not covered. And then what happens? Your family struggles financially. All for what will cost you a cup of coffee. How many of you take coffee here every morning? We spend about $5, right? $5, $3 coffee every day. Now, in a month, how much have you spent? About $30, $40? No, why deny your family that? Today is all we know, remember? This minute is all we know. The next minute, nobody has an idea. So tell me why you should not protect your family. Right? So, if I'm going to ask you this question today, how many of you here have an insurance asset for yourself? If you don't mind, I just want to see your hand up. Okay, a couple of yes, and thank you very much. And now, how many of you have a permanent kind of life insurance that has a cash value built inside of it? Thank you. I have only one person. Okay, my sister, thank you very much. Is there anybody? Okay, my sister, thank you very much. How about the rest of us? Like I said, we're going to live long. The term life you have or the work coverage you have, does it have living benefits? Has anybody told you anything about something called the living benefit? It is important because let me tell you, you see the way we're sitting on that table? If anything happens, there is no friend anymore. Your friend will just give your family $100 and $200 and that's it. Right? But if you have living benefit and anything happens and it is critical, guess what? The insurance company can pay you up to 90% of whatever you get. What would that do for your family? Even if you can't go to work, guess what? That kicks in and pays your bill. I spoke to a friend a couple of days ago, and I remember 2 years ago, he's just my age mate, he's just going to be 40 next year, and I told him about life insurance. Well, he trusts our community, right? He said, well, I don't worry, I'm going to talk to my wife. I'll talk to my wife 2 years down the line. I just thought of him yesterday. Let me check up on this guy. It's been a while. And guess what? He said, oh, only God saved me. I had a heart attack. You're still very young. What happened? He said it was just at work, and then they rushed him to the hospital, and that was it. And he was in coma for a very long time, and for 2 years he's not been working. And I'm like, so how are you paying your bills? He's like, it's not been easy for my wife. Can you imagine? Just a little penny could have saved his family from that financial stress. A lot of times we're penny wise. I just want to keep these extra dollars in my pockets. Now, I don't want to spend these extra dollars. Let me keep it. People back home need money. But how about you and your family that's here? If anything happens, those people back home will not send money to take care of you here. You must have something for yourself. Get yourself financially protected. Right? Now, you might be wondering, okay, that's good, you set it up. How about on the business part? Are you looking into, having an extra income by the side? Everybody has diverse reasons, right? Why they do these things. Like when I joined this business, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. All I wanted, I've worked with different companies, but I still didn't feel that satisfaction. And I felt like, you know what? I want to own something, but I don't have the capital to do it. And then someone said, well, I can't join the financial industry. And guess what? I joined. Or you might be someone who thinks, I just want to help others. Do you know how many children you're going to save from financial stress just by educating their parents to have an insurance asset for them. You might also be someone who doesn't like their current job and just want to do something different. You might be someone who just want to earn an extra cash apart from what you're doing right now. Or you might want to understand how money works. I just didn't understand how money works before now. I used to have my pension plan with my former employer, and I just left it there after after I resigned for a good 2 years. And then I called them a day. I said, "How much is my money growing?" And then they said 2%. I'm like, 2%? That's just a little, right? That's because I understand how money works. So you might be someone who just want to understand how money works. You join a company like Experio, that's our banner over there. How do we make it different? Now, you join Experio, you get yourself licensed. I don't know what state, right now we're in Texas. Texas is one of the easiest licenses in the United States. But wherever state you are, you might decide to say, I want to be a financial professional like this lady, right? This gives me a lifestyle that I want. There are a lot of mothers here. Mothers want to spend time with their kids. You want to ride bicycle with your kids, right? You want to take them out at your own time. You want to wake up at your own time. You want to read story for them. But by the time we go to 2-3 jobs in a day, how do you spend time with them? How do you enjoy your kids? How do you even give your husband the time he needs? By the time your husband gets home, you know you're already tired, right? Because you've gone for a 16-hour job. But if you have a business like this, you have nothing to lose. All you're doing is what? It's services, right? You join us in Experio, you get yourself licensed. We start with you at 70% in commission. You can beat that in the industry. You become a senior financial associate, we compensate you at 25%. Isn't that beautiful? You become a senior manager, you make 100% in commission. You become an executive director like I am, you can make as much as 115 to 130 in commission. Isn't that amazing? It's a good lifestyle, right? And then you become an executive director in Experio because we're growing. We give you 2,000 units of the company shares. Now imagine if you had 2,000 of Amazon a couple of years ago, how much do you want today? Now we're not telling you to come buy it. Come earn it in Experio. Make 2,000 as an executive director. As a senior executive director, make an additional 3,000. As a national executive director, make an additional 4,000. And as a senior national executive director, make an additional 5,000 units of the company shares. Altogether, you can make 14,000 units. If the company sells at $100 in the next 10 years when you're planning to retire, 14,000 times 10, that's about $4 million. Come build with us in Experio. It is an amazing company. And guess what? When you join Experio, you have ownership of your client. If God has blessed you with so much wisdom, and you want to go build your own IMO, which is what? An insurance marketing organization of your own, you can move with your book of business. Nobody takes that away from you, and you become part of Experio. So thank you all very much. If you have any questions, please reach out to us on that corner. Thank you.